5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of the Raw and Uncut show, hosted by me, Yasir Soul. Shit, and let's get right into it, but not get right into it. First off, how y'all doing? Alright? I'm alright. You know what I mean? So, right now we got the vibes in the background. You know my shit be vibes. This my new shit. That my new shit. Don't nothing rhyme. But nah, for real, this my new shit playing in the background. You know what I mean? I want to start bringing the joint in with a little vibe. I'm playing everybody else shit. Fuck it, throw my shit in there too, cause my shit be vibes anyway. So we gonna let that play in the background for a second.
Started off with love and affection. As time went by, you went a different direction. When I hit your phone, you barely answer the message. When you do, just answer questions with questions.
Yeah, this your Daily News Weekly. You know, all hip hop, all real shit, politics, whatever the fuck going on. Y'all can call in. You know what I mean? In between every segment, so we can discuss our topics with the callers, cause that's what we do here. So call in. You know what I mean? Not right now. You know what I mean? When the phone lines open up, y'all call in. But, you know what I mean? Hopefully everybody doing good out there. Well, not hopefully. Y'all should be doing good out there. I'm doing great. Y'all should be doing great. We all need to be feeling great. So, let's get right into it. Hip-hop news. We're going to start off with our first segment. All our hip-hop shit. Let's get it out the way. We about to start off with, guess who? Julez, of course. We got to get right into it with Julez, right? Right. So shout out to Julez. Remember he went through all that shit when he was in the airport and he had that pistol on him, but he didn't know he had the pistol on him, whatever the case was, and he had got all charged up with them handgun charges, and that happened in Jersey. He was in I think he was in Newark Airport when he did that. Yeah, he was in Newark Airport. So he did all that shit in Newark and got charged up. But good news is for Els can now go out here on tour again. So shout out to Els. He lit. But the only thing about that is he got to go with his mother. So while he out there on tour, he got to take his mom's with him. That's the only catch to that. So, shout out to Julez back on tour. So, go get your Julez. Go out there and cop up on your Julez Santana tickets. I don't know what records he's performing. I guess the old shit. But yeah, let's move on. And then moving on, we're going to get into, because we were just talking about this guy. So, we got to keep up with him a little bit now. Shout out to Rich the Kid again. We was just talking good about you and bad about you at the same time. So we talking about you again. And this time, Rich the Kid got jukes. Screaming, who got jukes? So yeah, they done ran off on Rich the Kid with some bread and some Julez. Julez. And some jewels and all of that shit. But this is not about Rich the Kid, exactly. This is about Tory Bricks. Tory Bricks, I think she a model or some shit. Tory Bricks I don't even think she was a stripper. I think she's just like an Instagram model. I think that's why she popping just from Instagram. But supposedly she got Rich the Kid set up and she over here trying to plead her case about it, saying how she got her own money and didn't do it. I don't know. Rich the Kid was in the hospital. Her eye was split. Rich the Kid all stitched up, patched up, whatever. He's good now. But I don't know what to make of that shit. I don't even want to. Y'all call in, we can talk about that. Yeah, y'all call in, we can talk about that. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on. But, did she set him up? Probably. Probably. But I don't even know, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. Probably. But yeah. We just had to talk about that real quick. Shout out to Rich the Kid and that shit. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? I'm glad we talking about him again. Because last week I said that song with him and Pusha T was called, I don't even know what that shit was, I said it was called, but that shit is called Can't Afford It. So that's another reason I'm glad we bringing him up so I could clear that up. I was thinking about that shit. So yeah, but that's Rich the Kid, and let's move on. All right, let's move on to the freshman list. Oh man, this is the dreaded freshman list now. I don't even like talking about the freshman list. And my mans used to be so hype about the freshman list, and oh man, I'm not even gonna just say my mans, because we used to look forward to the freshman list, just like how we used to look forward to the source. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the double XL, but we just look forward to the list, cause it used to be real lyrical. It used to be real rappers on that shit. But this year's list, my nigga, I think 2 years ago that shit been fucked up for the last 2 years. But I don't know. It don't even matter how long it's been fucked up, because right now this is the most evident, the proof is in the pudding type shit. This is terrible. This list is horrible. I don't even know who's on the list. Matt, the only people I know who was on the list was Gucci Gang, Lil Pump. I fuck with Lil Pump out of all these new niggas with the little mumbles and shit. I fuck with Lil Pump. And Space Ghost Perp. And I don't even know Space Ghost Perp. I only know him because he the nigga that make Lil Pump beats. And Block Boy, DJ Block Boy, whatever the fuck his name is. The nigga that did the song with Drake, 201 Shelby Drive, Look Alive, Look Alive. I only know that nigga for the one record, but he's on the freshman list. That's what I'm saying. There's 2 people on the list that I know, and I don't even know that nigga. I don't know none of these niggas. That's why I'm upset. Shout out to Drake, but we gonna say that. But yeah, I don't know none of these niggas. And there was so many other people that could have been on it. Okay, I'm gonna say Cardi B could have been on it, but we know Cardi B wasn't gonna do no freshman list for real, unless they was throwing her some serious chicken. You know what I mean? And they wasn't tossing her enough bread to come in and do that shit. For her to go around there and be around all them little ass kids, I ain't gonna say little ass kids, but around all the young niggas like that, nah, I know Cardi wouldn't be feeling that shit. So that shit wasn't an option for her, just like it wasn't an option for them to even ask that stupid shit. So her not being on it, I can understand, but 6ix9ine, I don't understand. I understand the bullshit behind him not being on it, but I don't understand the nigga not. All the shit 6ix9ine, this nigga being so ridiculed because he got rainbow hair, I guess, man. It's crazy. Let me hit this water. Need that for something. If these water niggas, I'm drinking all this water, if they was having them ad dollars coming in, I'll tell you what kind of water I'm over here getting my thirst quench from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what we was talking about, the list? Yeah, the list is trash though. So really, I wanted to brush over the shit. Y'all can call in and talk about it. Hopefully, we can keep that shit brief though. But shout out to 6ix9ine anyway. Shout out to Cardi B anyway. And T Grizzly didn't make it. And we know T Grizzly he been having shit super lit. The shit with him and Meek, we know what T Grizzly did. So for him to not be on there unless he turned it down and we don't know or some shit, but that's weird too. So shout out to T Grizzly, another nigga that should have been on there that I fuck with. And that's the freshman list. I said, yeah, we're gonna just skim over that shit. So that's the freshman list. And let's move on. Okay. I had to take a little break real quick. Keep them ads coming in, keep them dollars coming in. So, but we about to move on to, this is going to be our review segment. We don't really have a review segment, but we about to review some shit. So for now, this is our review segment. And to start off our review segment, let's start off with Drake's I'm Upset video. I'm not about to break the shit down and do all this craziness. Calling, we kick it, but I'm going to tell you how I feel and keep it real brief, because that shit was a few days ago. You know what I mean? 10 million views later. Come on. But I still want to talk about it because I like that shit. And that was part of his Pusha T diss thing, like how he dissed Meek with it back to back, but it was a hit record, and like he did the same thing with this, with the I'm Upset. So that's hard. And I fuck with the video. The video was cool. I like when he hit that dance move, man. I like that, Drake. I like that dance move you did. That shit was hard though. I fuck with it. But we know Drake is an actor, so he gonna pull off all of these videos. His videos gotta always be fire. Come on. And the Degrassi shit, I don't really want to talk about all of the Degrassi shit that was in the video, because I wasn't like no Degrassi fan and all of that shit. But Drake album is coming out June 29th. The Scorpion album. You know what I mean? So I'm upset that's the single for it. Okay, I just correlated that and made it make sense. But yeah, man, we gonna stay tuned. We all out here looking forward to Drake's new album, June 29th. For everybody that didn't know, that's when that's dropping, called Scorpion. And he did have Jay and Silent Bob in the video. I forgot about that. So, but that was one of the most lit parts of the video. If it was I think I might have had like 3 of my favorite parts, or 3 parts that I really like. And I'm a Jay and Silent Bob fan. So that part when he hit the dance move, and another one that I don't remember. So that's Drake. I guess we can move on, right? Unless y'all want to call in real quick. Yeah, fuck it. We about to open up the phone lines right now. Call in. Fuck it. We're going to do that. All right. Let's get to this. Oh, man. This is the topic right here. This is the topic I've been thinking about the most. I'm not even going to say I've been thinking about the most, but this topic should have been like the spotlight of the show. But everybody just came through and just disrespected Nas this week. You know what I mean? Nas got disrespected this week, I feel. You know what I mean? How we knew Nas' album was coming out and then Drake gonna drop the video, right? That's for one. But we're gonna come back to that part of it. To the fuck Nas shit. Yeah, we're gonna come back to the fuck Nas. To the Nas disrespectful things going on. So let's get to the album though. The Nasir album. Nasir. My name ain't come from that though. My name ain't Yasir like Nasir. That's not what my name is derivative of. But I don't know. I just said that just to say it because the shit is, you know what I mean? But let's get into the album for real. Let's start off with just talking about Nas a little bit. Let's do that because another album produced by Kanye. We got Daytona from Pusha T, produced by Kanye. We had after that Ye dropped after that one. Ye dropped after that. Kids See Ghosts dropped after that with Ye and Cudi. Now we're getting the Nas with the Kanye production. And the last one we waiting on is the Tiana Taylor. So now we on Nas. So let's get into Nas for real. Well, let's get into the album. I don't really want to get into Nas. Let's just talk about the album. You know, like the rest of the albums that came out, 7 records. So, and Kanye's production, I definitely got to give it up for Kanye. Well, hold on, look, see, I'm doing too much. Let's finish talking about Nas. Nas's performance on this album. I don't know. I see what he tried to do. I don't know, man. If anybody could bring Nas back, it would have to be Kanye. He's the only one that could do it. But listening to this album, it don't sound like Kanye brought Nas back. It sounds like Kanye tried to bring Nas back, but Nas can't be brought back. I'm not saying he can't be brought back. He can't be brought up to date. I think that's a better way to say it, because that shit sounded like he might have took old verses, like Kanye might have, or they took old verses of Nas's and put them over the new Kanye beats or some shit. But that's not how it sounded, but that's how it, yeah, nigga, that's how it sounded. Sounded like some old shit over some new shit. So that's how I feel about that. But the whole album wasn't just trash. I'm not saying that. I'll give it, out of 7 records, I fucked with 2. I fucked with two records completely. I fucked with, like, I fuck with these records entirely. Then there was another song I fucked with just the beat. You know what I mean? Any song I didn't like the song entirely, I still fucked with the production side of it. But I don't know. Nas always have a message with his music. He always known for telling stories. I'm not really trying to hear a story every time I listen to an artist on every song that they making. So that's always been the thing with me listening to Nas. It's like every song is always a story. It's always a story. Every verse is a story. Everything's cool in moderation, but that's all you do. That's my problem with it, my issue, whatever. That's just why I don't be feeling all the Nas shit like that. But I understand what he doing, because he always got a message like for the youth and all of that, and trying to uplift the youth. But me personally, I ain't feeling that shit. And I'm part of the youth. You know what I mean? But I don't know, because he always be having kids on it. So does he really want, what, 10, 11-year-olds listen to it? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Nas doing. But I want to say this. Nas was on there speaking French. Francais. Ooh, parlez-vous français? Alright, that's not what I'm doing right now, but yeah, that's what I got from this album too. This album was just like, it was like a album inspired by Paris. That's what I got from it. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, then shit, I must be really reaching, cause Nas was on there speaking French. He got a song called Bonjour, and that was one of my favorite joints. That was one of my top 2 out of the 2 I like. The joint Bonjour with Tony Williams, somebody I never heard of, but he bodied the record. The record was crazy. He might have bodied Nas on that. I did like his verse better than I like Nas' verse. But yeah, it was just a Paris influence track. You know what I mean? Then he had the Slick Rick sample on there. You know, Slick Rick got the French, the London accent. You know what I mean? So that's why, yeah. So that's how I felt about that. That's how I really felt about the Nas album. I definitely love the influence from Paris, though. That was great. I love the Slick Rick, the samples, all the Kanye. It was great to hear some new Nas. You know what I mean? I definitely appreciate that. Nas is a legend, but I wasn't really feeling this album like that. I don't know. Maybe if he would have switched the flow. And on one flow, my other record, I like the Adam and Eve joint. The Adam and Eve joint, it was I love that record. But I was trying to think why I love the record so much, but the flow that he used and the way that Kanye did the instrumentation on there, it sounded like off of the Purple Tape, the Verbal Intercourse record with the Nas feature. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like, if you go back and listen to it, he had the same flow. And the beat was like, it was similar BPM. The shit was hitting on the same shit. It was like the same shit. So maybe they tried to redo it. And that was one of my favorite Nas verses on that, on Verbal Intercourse. He said something like, all the shit that I do is real. It never haunts me. What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love Nas. So yeah, man. But that's the Nas album. So let's move on to the Jay-Z and Beyonce album. It's called The Carters. I ain't even about to sit here and bullshit. I ain't heard the record yet. I heard one record. I heard the Ape Shit record, but I didn't hear the album. I should have heard the album. I could have heard the album, but I'm waiting to listen to the album. So when I listen to the album, I'll check back in with y'all and we can kick it. You know what I mean? If it's still relevant at that time. Next week, when y'all call in, I'll mention it, because I'm going to listen to it this week. And if I'm going crazy over it, over Grey Hova, over Jay, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to be bumping this shit all week. And we're going to talk about this shit next week anyway. But I did see the Ape Shit video, and that shit was bananas. Straight up. Shit was bananas. And it was in the Sistine Chapel. It was hard. I love it. The art. Oh, and it's crazy, because I was at this art show this weekend. And it was like my first time. It was my third time going to this art show. And I go there and I'm with, you know what I mean? I'm not really paying attention to the art. I'm more into the environment and, you know what I mean? Watching my surroundings and shit like that, because there's so many people around. So that's really more what I'm paying attention to. But this time, I didn't really get to have a moment to observe the art and everything. But just walking by, it was just so many paintings on the wall. So many from all different people. Every painting was from a different person. It was just art everywhere. And just walking by it and just like scanning each one, it gave me a connection, like, yo, I get it. So that art shit, I get that shit now. I get it. That shit is a vibe. Just looking at the paintings and understanding, and it's not even understanding, just feeling and thinking about, it's just a connection. It's a connection you get from the art. And I experienced that for the first time, and I fuck with it. So I don't know, always in the back of my head was like, yo, I want to get into the art and the pictures, Banksy, Basquiat, Manet, Monet, you know what I mean? All that type of shit. But that's not even what we talking about. But it was relevant because Jay was in the Sistine Chapel, and the picture of Mona Lisa. My girl said they ain't even supposed to be in there taking no pictures and shit, and they filmed the whole video and shit. So I thought that was lit. But we about to move on from that shit. All right, the video was lit. Of course it was. And Jay was looking great. Pause. And B was looking great. But Jay's my nigga, man. But he got the little fro now. I like Jay, man. He doing his thing, man. Jay smart as hell. Love Jay, man. I'm like the biggest Jay fan. Damn, Jay. It's my nigga. But yeah, man. Let's move on and talk a little bit more about the album, but not about the album. But this is where y'all can call in and talk to me a little bit, but don't give me too much because I didn't hear the album. But this album, based on me seeing the Ape Shit video, and I'm calling it early and I really shouldn't be doing this, but that record seemed more like it was B featuring Jay. Hopefully the album's not like that. If it is, I'm still gonna love it because I'm getting some new Jay. You know what I mean? But whatever. But that was just a thought I had in my head when I was watching the video, because I think Jay only had like one V and did some ad-libs, and B had like 2 V's in the hook. You know what I mean? So B is the queen though. That's one thing I wanted to bring up too. B is definitely the queen. That's a fact. So shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to the Carters. Shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Blue over there holding the whole family down. Shout out to the twins. Just shout out to the Rock, man. And basically, now we want to bring it back to rewind to the Nas shit. Why the fuck did they drop the video right around the time, at the same time when they knew Nas' album had just dropped and they knew they was gonna smother that shit? Now, boom. I just had a thought. First, I was thinking Jay was trying to play Nas with it. I was thinking it was fuck Nas week. Because, like I said, Drake did his shit, and then Jay did his shit, and that smothered out the Nas shit. You know what I mean? But perhaps, because all of this shit is coming from Kanye, essentially, all of the music is coming from Kanye. So maybe Jay did that to smother the light of Kanye. I don't know, something like that. That makes more sense than him beefing with Nas. A Jay and Kanye beef right now, even though we know what's going on with them, but it's all supposed to just be like settled or whatever. But yeah, that's seemed like Jay. Yeah, that's Jay coming at Kanye. That's how I'm gonna take it. So I guess it's not fuck Nas week, but the album wasn't that great. J and B, we love y'all. And let's move on. We ain't even really gotta move on yet. I just want to do a quick a random shout out. You know I gotta do my shout outs. And this week I want to give a shout out to YFN Lucci from Atlanta, man. And I don't even really fuck with a lot of rappers from the South. Really on the low, I do fuck with a bunch of rappers from the South, but I'm not gonna say a lot of them, but I do fuck with a bunch of them. And YFN Lucci is definitely one of them that I fuck with, repping the A. So I just wanted to shout him out, making good music. Go check out some YFN Lucci shit if you ain't heard it. Because I remember my cousin was trying to put me on to him, and I'm like, turn that shit off. Then he got me on this one record, and Lucci is hot. All his shit ain't hot, but he got that vibe. To me, all his shit ain't hot. If you a Lucci fan, you probably love his whole catalog. But I fuck with majority of his shit. Like, I could listen to his shit even if somebody else put some of his records on. So I just wanted to say shout out to Lucci, man, because I had stumbled across him a while back when he was like, before he was this popping, and he was like posting his bank account and shit. And I'm like, damn, this nigga. But in my head, I'm thinking he just starting. But you know what I mean? I guess it might have been after he just got signed or whatever. But he posting bank accounts, $400,000, $500,000, $300,000, this account, that account. So that shit was lit though. But shout out to Lucci, man, holding it down for the A. Let's move on. And moving on, we're gonna get to our second half of the motherfucking show. And on this portion of the show is when we talk about the real shit, the snake shit, and the fake shit that's going on around us and that's affecting us personally. Shit that's going on in our neighborhoods, the shit that's going on in the schools, the shit that's going on all around us. You know what I mean? Trump stupid ass. But I don't really try to keep up with that Trump shit, because all of that type shit be the distraction. Why we out here watching Trump dumbass? So we ain't about to really talk about no dumbass Trump shit, but we talking about the real shit that's happening to us. Oh, I went to work today and cussed my boss out. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, it was a hit and run on my car, or I went to the town hall meeting today. You know what I mean? Shit that's going on around us. You know what I mean? What jobs is hiring right now? Shit like that. You call in, tell us some jobs around the way or some companies you know that's hiring. Spread the word. We could do that too. I like that. That's a good idea I just came up with because I'm smart. Word up though. But for real, man, this is our second portion of the show where we talk about the real shit. Feel free to call in, discuss whatever's going on, even if you got some shit going on personal in your life and you just want to call in, kick it, and you know what I mean, and just vent about some real shit. That's what you could do. And usually how we kick this shit off for our second segment, for our second portion of the show, is with our New Jersey news segment. And with this segment, it's basically it's self-explanatory. It's our New Jersey news. We recording live here in Jersey, so we're going to be reporting on New Jersey news. And we also want you to call in with this and tell us the local news that's going on in your neighborhoods around you, so we know what's going on. All these police out here whooping asses and shit like that. You know what I mean? Layoffs going on. What's going on in your town? What's going on around there? Call in and talk about it. But for right now, I'm going to give you the New Jersey news and tell you what's going on around my way. And we don't give you the news that they want to talk about. We're going to talk about the shit we want to talk about. And I had some shit I wanted to talk about, but it's something more important we should talk about, because this shit was crazy. And I was there. Like I said earlier, I was at and we could save the other topic I had for another show, because that's really some other shit. It wasn't that serious anyway. This shit is way more serious. And the only reason I didn't want to talk about this really is because this show is not, we give you your daily news, but we're not here to give you the bad news. You know what I mean? We're not here to tell you the daily fucked up news. We're not here to tell you about the bombings in Iraq and all of this shit and plane crashes and shit. We're not here to do that. We're here to give you the good news and tell you and uplift. You know what I mean? Spread positivity and share our information with each other. That's it. We're not here to be out here trying to put no fear into each other and be telling, you know what I mean? All the negative shit. We keep all that shit away. Unless we talking our bullshit on some hip hop, you know what I mean? Giving our opinions about that. But on this part of the show, this we kicking it really real. So basically, like I said, I didn't want to talk about bad news, but this shit just happened yesterday, and I was there. Remember I told you I was at the art show. It's this art all night show that they have out here in Trenton. And it's a great show. It's so much art. Like I said, I've been there 3 times. This is the first time I actually got to see some of the actual art. And they had live graffiti going on. It's real dope performances. A couple of my guys were performing out there. Shout out to Levi 609. Y'all can follow him out there. Levi 609. That was a little plug for him just now. It just happened. So basically at the art show, it was nice, beautiful. A lot of people there. everybody vibing out, smoking, drinking, cops there, and still letting everybody vibe. It was good vibes. Music playing, well, the music there was kind of ass this year. Yeah, the background music was annoying. So it was more like, it was just a nice event to be at. You know what I mean? It was a lot of good vibes there. But the shit got fucked up because Trenton, you probably heard of Trenton. I'm not saying Trenton is fucked up. A lot of my friends is from Trenton. I be in Trenton with my guys, but nigga, Trenton it's not always safe out there. That's just what it is. It's not always safe. You gotta know what you're doing. It's one of those type of environments. So even though we having this beautiful event in here, it's still some real niggas. It's still some, I ain't gonna say no real niggas, but it's still some niggas in here that live around the corner, nigga, that got some shit going on in the streets that get dragged into here. You see what I'm saying? It can get dragged into, you see what I'm saying? So basically, the event was going on. It was a nice event. And it's the Art All Night show. It's a 24-hour event. The shit don't stop. 24 hours straight, this shit is rocking on. From night to the day to, you know what I mean? But basically, at the end of the shit, some motherfuckers started shooting up there. I don't know. There wasn't even no way to really ease that in there. But the motherfuckers started shooting. And it was like, as soon as we walked out, it had to be like 2 minutes after we walked out of where the shooting was. And we got to the parking lot. We started walking through the parking lot and it was niggas running behind us. I ain't see shit. I just see niggas running. That's it. And I ran. You know what I mean? As I should. You know what I mean? And I got low, nigga. So basically, got up out that hectic situation. Thankfully, everybody I came with was good. We came in together and we all left together. But 17 motherfuckers got shot. It was 17 motherfuckers that got shot. And I think 2 motherfuckers is dead. One of them for sure was definitely dead. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Bad news. We don't do this shit here, and this not even what we was gonna talk about, but like I said, this shit just some real shit that just happened, and I think it might be hitting the papers and shit now, and I was actually there. I ain't see shit, but I was around. I ain't see shit. And we gonna just leave it at that, but that's the New Jersey news segment. Yeah, man, y'all stay safe out here. You see what I'm saying? We had an art event. It's kids here. This shit is crazy. It was kids there. There was a lot of babies out there, man. But we just gotta be more mindful. Like, y'all niggas can't be doing this shit around all these kids and in these fucking public places. I'm not saying no big shootings that be happening be from like people in the hood and shit. I'm just saying, my people that's in the hood with your problems, you niggas need to learn to get your aim up or something. I don't got no problem with you being out here handling your business and all that type of shit. But when you shooting and you trying to shoot somebody, nigga, only hit that person, nigga. Don't be out here. That's the only beef I be having is when, you know what I mean? Just keep your problems between you and the other person. That's it. So my people just do that because that event is fucked up now. 17 people got hit. You know it ain't gonna be there again next year. It's a wrap for that shit. But that shit was nice though. I did enjoy it. It was still a nice event prior to all of the bullshit happening. So shout out to Art All Night. We was lit. Let's move on. Okay. And we're gonna move on to our try this shit out segment. Yeah. I like that. Try this shit out. So with this, and this is just all shit up. Basically, this is the part of the show where we take it a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? We got hip hop, then we take it to the real shit, and then right here we take it to a deeper conscious level. You know what I mean? This is where we try to think a little bit more and try to raise our own awareness. You know what I mean? To give us a little more clairvoyance. So basically this week is going to be try this shit out. And I don't even think this is really try this shit out, but it's still some shit you can try out and some shit we could talk about. So definitely call in so we could kick it about this one after I'm done. But 1 + 1. And that shit sounds so simple. Because we was told 1 plus 1 is 2, right? And then, right, 1 plus 1 equals 2. But then also 1 plus 1 can equal 3, right? Or 1 plus 1 can equal 1. Do you see what I'm saying? Listen, naturally we're taught 1 plus 1 is 2. That's what we were taught. We weren't taught to think about what does 1 plus 1 equal. We was taught 1 plus 1 equals 1. We wasn't taught, you know what I mean? And that's it. But hold on. 1 plus 1. Look, I'm over here fucking with my own brain right now because I'm thinking about this shit. I need y'all to call in. We got to talk about this. I'm going to break it down what I mean though. 1 plus 1 is 1. Say man and woman get married. You become one. Unite. 1 plus 1 is 1. Okay, let's do 1 plus 1 is 2. That could just be 2 individuals. You see what I mean? But then if you do 1 plus 1 is 3, that's like a man, woman, and child. Look, I'm in here fucking with my own head right now. I don't even know why I picked this shit. But y'all gotta call in. We gotta call in and talk about this shit. Cause this one be fucking with me. This some shit I be thinking about in my own personal time. So I had to bring it to y'all. I had to bring it to us, the people. To we the people. So we could talk about this shit. 1 plus 1 equals what? Call in and let's weigh in on that shit. Alright. I'm feeling it. Fill the glass to I should have just played that record instead of singing it. Whatever. But let's move on to the end of the show. But it's never the end of the show. You know why? Because we'll be right the fuck back here next week. Monday. We see y'all here. And this is how we wrapping it up. So let's wrap it up. It's been another episode of the Raw and Uncut Show. Hosted by me. Julez Soul. And you already know what it is. Your Daily News Weekly. See y'all next week. Peace.
Styling in Met Gala, tuna salad from La Scala, black.